Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to this special call. I call it special call because we're gonna get to know more members of TeamNoRest WorldWide, and it's exciting because the person I'm about to introduce you. Funny how we got in touch, and in fact, this is where I should start because this is the heart of what we're doing. I mean, I got to know this amazing person through Facebook. So we started chit-chatting. She used to work also in the travel industry, but since the moment she saw the information about what we're doing with World Ventures, she was blown away, and she's been part of this for the last few months. I'm talking about Dorothy Henley. How are you, Dorothy?
I am doing fantastic. Thanks.
Awesome. So you will see why I'm excited always when I talk with her, because she is really all in. And this is why I always tell to people, when you are all in, means that since the moment that she joined, she really went and put on all the chips. She booked the first event that was a few months ago. And now, especially, we're going to talk about the event that she just got back, which is Momentum. But before we get into that, so Dorothy, when I send you the information, let me start with this question. When I sent you the information back a few months ago, what was that thing that caught your attention with World Ventures?
Well, it was many things. First of all, the other company I was in didn't have it quite together, and I had no time to build a new company. We were like on the ground floor of building something. And I remember when I saw you on Facebook, my first thing is I wanted to recruit you. and then I remember giving you my website and you giving me yours. And I even forgot to ask you if you even saw my website. I don't think you did, because when I saw yours, the conversation changed. And it's just the value, how everything was together. It was just, to me, it was a seamless business. It was a no-brainer. It was simple. You plug in, you do the simple things. And for me, I know they said after a while it'll turn from, to people, which now I'm really concerned about people. But in the very beginning, it was the money. I work for the federal government here in New York, and I don't want to be there much longer. I'm giving myself a year, 2 year max. And I have to get this business going, and therefore I was excited when I saw what you guys had. In fact, I remember when you told me how many dream trips you took, I didn't believe you until you showed me. I said, "No way, Gordon, you didn't take that many." And she goes, "You go, okay, here's my site. Go to my site." And so I kind of did everything you were taking me down a path in a very logical way. And when I went and I got to that and I saw everything, I don't know how many days after did I join you, but I was sold. When I was watching it, I knew while I was watching it that I was going to join. I knew then.
Fantastic, absolutely. And I mean, then after that, the more I got to know you, the more I got to know you. And this is why I love what I do and what we're doing with our group, basically, is getting through people. Because when you get in touch with people, when you start seeing why they joined, how you can help them, you can help them better if you know where they're going or where and how far they can go with this. And you just started working, and recently this is a great thing that we were talking about. I mean, a few minutes ago on the phone, that your sister joined, one of the first people that you started to share with your family. And it's funny how your first two people you signed up with your sister. So what was the story with your sister, and also with Pablo? Okay. Also okay. Show the interesting thing how he joined as well. It's funny that absolutely people would want to miss this.
Yeah. So I have always shared any business ventures I've been on with my sister, numerous ones, and she'd always encourage me. "Oh, Dorothy, you can do this. You have people say you can do this." But she said, "It's not for me." And it wasn't for, I had even sent her, honestly, I had sent her my link to my website for World Ventures. And she saw it, she liked what she saw, but she never did make a move. And it wasn't until we had those webinar blitz that I looked down the list of the blitz, and because she's a woman first. She loves to see strong women and women getting promoted in their position. So when I started, I picked out some strong women on the webinar, and I sent to her. I said, Juliet, you must watch these. I said, there's no option. What time do you have? And I actually gave her a couple of options because she's very busy. And after that thing, she called me, she says, I'm in. She signed up like the day after the webinar. So she know about the World Ventures, but the webinars just bring it to a more personal level. You see the same things. It clicked with her. You see some actual people talking about how the business affected them, as opposed to watching the business. You're actually taking the business in, and she saw that, and she joined. And so I know Pablo. So he, was watching me doing this business on the computer, because a side caveat, he's soon going to be my ex-husband, and he's the last person I thought would even join me in something like this, because, it's a little fiction going on. But he saw that my head was, down. I was always on the computer. No matter what I was going through, I was at the computer looking and just educating myself. And so when the webinars came up, he looked at, I was watching one webinar, and then he asked me to send him the link because he liked what he was seeing on the webinar. So I sent him the webinar, and he actually joined that same night before Juliet.
Incredible.
So when I told him, I said, well, if you come in now, Juliet's going to go under you. And he like that point, right? So he came in, Juliet's under him. And so, yeah, and it's really good. And he's excited about it. He's watched, I came back from this event last weekend, and he said he's been watching. And everything I've mentioned about the tree, he said, yeah, I've seen it. He knows everything. He's seen everything. So he's engaged. I gave him a script, actually, how to approach people in a simple way, because he was involved in other businesses before, and they do different approaches which would not work with us. So I told him, I said, it's a simple approach. I said, this is it, and it's actually in writing. I said, just go through this until it becomes part of your verbiage, part of what you say, because I want them to keep it simple. That's the most. I said, don't telling people. I said, this company has put millions of dollars into these websites, to let the website tell the story, because if you tell somebody something verbally and they repeat it verbally, by the time you get to the fifth person, you won't even recognize this company. It'll be something different. So don't do that. Go to the website, go to the source. So that's what I got my two family members to say in the business. The webinars are awesome.
Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, this is something that when I saw this happening, I knew that something like this for people all around the world, because this is why they do it, and this is why we are doing it. In fact, we have plans to do what we're doing is also alongside these amazing webinars, amazing blitzes, is we're doing also day blitzes, and we're doing them on Saturday for the simple reason to help people in different time zones who are in our team, so we can reach them and they can reach out to others. And this is a perfect example, Dorothy, and I'm glad that you are on the call and sharing this with us, because even this, someone like you, and you can, I definitely, you can agree with this, that you struggle sometimes, which is normal, because you're not you may be struggling with computers and with links and with how this works, but even how simple it is, you could be able to click or maybe copy that link, invite the way that we invite. You have people on, and I knew that you had other people checking on the information and still are interesting, and you're gonna follow up with them, and bam, it worked as well for you, even if you're not tech savvy. So what's the message for you, for those who are watching this interview and call, for those who are not tech savvy, when it comes that we organize, or maybe these businesses are being organized? What is the message to them?
The message to them is, the very first, when you realize you're not tech savvy, for me, the first time I ask questions. I know sometimes I bug you too much, but in the back of my mind, however, I don't want to keep asking questions. I want to learn it. So everything thing in this world is you can learn. You just have the right mindset. This is your business. You are the leader of your little group for now. It'll grow, but you have got to learn it because you might one day be the person to teach it. So that's one of my struggles right now, to just be, quick and get it done. And I admire people who can do that. And it's an ongoing process for me, but don't give up. Keep learning, because if not World Ventures, then what? Don't let the little technical problem get in your way, because there's no other options. This is it. It's World Ventures. World Ventures is not under scrutiny. It's not, it's solid, and you have just got to get your piece of the pie. And if it means to learn to be tech savvy, then by golly, do it.
Fantastic. I like that energy. So literally, we're doing this recording. Maybe it's actually 2 days right after one of the biggest events in the company, which is Momentum in Orlando, right? So you just got back last night. So you're pretty excited. So how was the experience? How was the energy, the environment? And then if you can share with us something that really, maybe a speaker or something that was really touching during those 3 days, Dorothy.
Yeah, well, the energy was awesome. I mean, the people there were jumping out of their seat. At some point, I was like, oh my, I'm sitting down and I got to get back up again. It's like, everybody's like, it's so much energy. You could go there bone tired and you'll be awake in 2 minutes. So, some of the things that I really liked is, and I didn't write the speakers' names down because, it's a message. It's not the person bringing the message out. So, one of the things is, I'm ready. Like, if you are ready to take World Ventures to wherever your goals are, if it's to IMD, it's to RMD, whatever you want to take it to, you can take it to. It's not going to be easy. No business that will give you $50,000 a month is easy. So get over if you think it's going to be easy. It's going to be hard work, but the rewards are fantastic. So one of the things you have to do is keep digging. That's one of the points I mentioned. Just keep digging and get others out there to help you dig. That's where your team comes in. You find people who want what you want, and you teach them to do what you know so they can teach theirs to, so it's a team. Everybody that you bring in, they're not your business. You teach them to own their business. And so you teach, and they teach, and they teach, and they teach. And that's how you get a big organization. You're not babysitting. You're teaching, and you're there for support. This is your business, and it's in your best interest to learn everything that you know about it, not to hold somebody's hand and give them anything, but to teach them to do what you just did. And so you're going to get others to help you dig. You got to dig through this tunnel. If you're going to dig through a mountain and there's a tunnel, you got to keep digging, because on the other side of that tunnel are the things that you want. And sometimes when you start digging that tunnel for the first few days, the tunnel looks the same. Second, third, fourth, fifth month, the tunnel looks the same. But after a while, at the other end of the tunnel is awesome. And I have another correlation between, the tunnel is great. And I remember one time somebody was telling me, if you're going to build a huge building with 50 stories or whatever amount of stories, so you're going to build this, and you start digging in the ground, and people walk by every day and they go, I don't see anything. Your family might say, I don't see anything. You're not doing anything. But you are working. You're working your business, but you're working your foundation. You're working that business. You're putting the cement in the business. The building. Because you have to have a good foundation so that building doesn't topple. So after like a few months, all of a sudden you're above ground now. You're above ground, and all of a sudden the building is up. But that foundation is what took a little while. Nobody else saw it. You might not see it so much, but if you keep doing the simple things that are being taught by your upline, the simple things, and keep it simple, you will build an awesome, huge skyscraper, and you will make it to wherever you want to go.
Fantastic. That's a great message. I love that message with the foundation, and that's where it is at. If you don't have a solid foundations, you cannot build high-rising building. And I mean, this is why one has to plug into the system. This is why we preach, listen, plug to the system. Even not just yourself, you gonna plug yourself and you're gonna grow. But when you take people in these events with you, okay, it doesn't matter which continent. I mean, we are blessed that we are growing in different markets, and that's great. But it's your task, it's your job to plug them into the system and let the system work for you. And this is how duplication will be created, because I know for sure that I see a lot of change in you, Dorothy, especially from when we started, you going to a couple of events in the company, and you already see your level of belief, obviously, because you saw how big this is. This is bigger than me, this is bigger than you, this is bigger than all of us. And this is when people can see the vision as well. So I know that throughout the event, there was a celebrity, right? A celebrity. Yeah. And I believe that I saw that they did a Q&A with him. I'm talking about Shaquille O'Neal. He's an NBA All-Star, worth over $350 million. And he is member and also representative. So what was maybe a couple of takeaways, or what maybe you can share with us that he shared while doing the Q&As?
Well, that's the part that really, I'm really disappointed myself for that, because honestly, and the people I were with, there was something with the audio. We couldn't really hear him that well. And then Shaquille has a different way of speaking, you know, like I am from a British-based country that everything we say is like very pronounced, and we pronounce our words properly. And Shaquille was just rambling, and I kept going, what did he say? What did he say? I was so upset. In fact, I have a recording, so I'm going to try to get it again through recording. But, you know, I just missed some of the things. So I'm sorry. I don't have much to.
No problem at all. No problem at all. But from what I saw, I mean, he definitely had a lot of fun. Along others as well, and a lot of noise was made on social media as well. So let's jump on something different while still talking at the event. So now with the new things that are coming out, especially the Dream Trips Rewards platform, that's what we're calling the WV 2.0. Now that you have access to, because you're living in US, people in US, for those who don't know, at this stage, they can have access to this platform to check it out, and it's gonna be launched pretty much internationally in the next few months. So with the updates, okay, that the company is unlocking, what is something that you can share with us that has been shared when it comes to the updates, and what's gonna happen in the next few months?
Wow. Those are the things I just sat around and listened. I didn't even take notes. One of the things that really caught my attention too is they're gonna have this promotion. If you make one gold or one platinum sale, you could have an awesome trip for $149.
Wow.
If you make 4 golds or 4 platinum, the trip becomes free.
Wow. Okay.
And I think you have and that one, I think that one has a timeline. I believe it was 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I'm not sure, but I have to look at that.
Got it. That's the mega trip, the mega rockstar trip.
Yeah. And then they had some other things about the $50,000, and that one I was just blown away. And I don't even have my notes on that, honestly. So did you? I didn't really have my notes on that one. So.
Look, we definitely, this is something that the company will send out for sure. People can dig through it as well. And for those who are attending the other momentums, will definitely get informed with this. So couple of last questions before we wrap up this call. So again, what else? What message did you get from maybe other speakers during the event? What was the thing that really saw the difference from your first event to this event in particular?
This event, the first event was very theatrical. You know, the view. It was beautiful, just theatrical. This event was momentum in your business. Get your business going. And one of the things about momentum that hit me is that, let's say you start your business, you're on a momentum, and you start making, 2,000, 5,000, say, oh man, this is good, this is enough. And you pull your legs off the gas. And then all of a sudden, maybe like 2 months later, you say, man, I better get back on the ball. And momentum is one of the hardest things to get started again. You have to keep it up going all the time. And when he was saying that, I thought about, I don't know if you guys have like in a playground where children get on this big round wheel and they all stand up on the wheel. And then this one person holds on and is running alongside the wheel, pushing the big wheel so the wheel can get into a spin, so the kids can go around and round and round. So he's building up momentum, and then all of a sudden the wheel is spinning and he jumps on it himself and just slide with everybody else and stop doing the work, and all of a sudden the wheel slows down. And what do you have to do? He has to put his foot back on the ground and start all over again to get that wheel spinning. And here he is again. He jumps off and he's laboring and he's pushing and he's laboring. Had he stayed doing some of the, other little techniques to keep that wheel going, whatever it is, momentum is hard to pick up once you let it go. So you got to keep engage. And then along those talks, the Matt Morris, he came up, whenever he comes up, everybody go crazy. And he was just, he said, learn to move your team. Learn to move your team, and within 24 to 48 hours, you got to help them to start that digging process that you learned how to do. You help them to learn to do that digging process. He said, minimum one a day. Even if you don't have it perfect, every one a day doesn't mean every day somebody will come into your business, but it means you're going to become so good. Some will fall by the wayside, but you'll become so good at that one a day and prospecting on the fly that you become good in a few months. It'll be such fun. It'll be like you got to do your one a day. It's like brushing your teeth. If you don't do one a day, then you don't feel right. So that one a day will come. You'll mess up some. Don't wait for it to be perfect, because this person isn't, you're not necessarily looking to recruit this person right away. You're planting the seed. But do the one a day, so that you become good at what you do, and this business become your second nature. That's minimum. If you want to get to IMD, he said 3 a day every day, and all I see is IMD. 3 a day every day. All I see is he said try to get 30 personals in your first 30, 60, or 90 days. 30 personals. Work for 30 personals. Don't mean you're gonna get 30 leaders. You might have 2 leaders in there, 4 leaders. Work for, because it's the volume in your business that will give you your income. The leaders will help you build that volume, but you need those 30 memberships. You need those 30 people. They might not want to be IMD, but you have to have volume. You have to have good people that will stick and pay their membership, and you're good people, and you just do that 30 personals in your first 30, 60, 90 days, and your leaders will pop up. And when they pop up, you jump down there and you help them.
Phenomenal. Wow. Phenomenal stuff you're sharing here on this call. And something that also comes out with what you shared is initiative. This is something that, again, so many people think that somebody else is going to build the business for them. Somebody else will put them in a position to make things happen. But really, if you see it from a different perspective, you've got to take initiative. Nobody, I mean, we came up with a lot of things, right? I remember I shared something on Facebook last time when there was no information in Italian. Because I know, and this is my third language, I took initiative to create something which other people were using, not just in our team. And this is something really that I see that you're doing, is taking initiative. This is why you have already started creating your momentum, and I have no doubt you're gonna keep and maintain your momentum with the energy and enthusiasm, and because you're taking initiative. I mean, this is the way to move forward. This is the way to go to the next level, to the next rank, if you want to. And we're looking for the few that choose, like you said. We're looking for the few that choose, but in order to do that, you've got to hit the goals that you want. Like, I like what you said. Matt Morris always reminds us this, that go for 30. People think that this business is getting your fork. That's just the cherry. That's not even the cherry. That's just the foundation of everything. But then you've got, as you said, 1 a day or 3 a day. I like that. And you are coachable in keeping things simple, because I told you in the beginning, and not only you, this is how we work. Basically, this is what we do in TeamNoRest. We love to score in 24. Our goal, I always tell people, guys, you get someone started, let's help them score in 24. And how you can do it, you cannot do it with explaining other things that doesn't count, how the back office works and all that. No, it's just focusing on the basics. Invite, show them how to invite, show them how to present, and help them close.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 basic things.
Yeah.
So anything to add on that?
Oh, yes. I have a few points I wanted to bring up. Like when the thing that Matt Morris would say, 3 a day. Then he added and he asked, have you been he said, who want to go to IMD? Everybody hand goes up. And then he says, have you been on a dream trip? And half the hands went down. You will not make it the dream trip if you don't take advantage of the trips, because when you sponsor somebody and you have somebody going and it's really a beautiful call and they're following up and they come and ask you, have you been on a trip? And you say no, that you just burst the balloon. Because they want to, how can you tell me about it if you haven't been on it? So that's one thing I really love to say. And another thing they're saying is, when if you want people to move in the direction that you're going, and you're showing them how to do it, your feet is on the ground, okay, and you're moving, and they're right behind you. As soon as you move your foot, they put their foot in your footsteps, because they're going and doing what you tell them to do. If you don't move, they have nowhere to put their foot.
Mm-hmm.
There's no footsteps there for them to follow, because you're not moving. Who are they going to follow? You're not moving. That's one thing that hit me. And another thing, was not on there, but I was thinking about this, and for myself, my sister and I were talking, and there are many people who see this business opportunity and they love it, but they have an awesome job. They're making money. They're making their mortgage. They can take the dream trips out of their pocket. They have money. They're just in a comfortable lifestyle. Then this business in actuality has taken a back burner, because they don't need really to make money. And that in the beginning, that's what everybody's looking at, the money thing. And so this business is like a little, maybe a hobby, they do here and there. But that's not the way, and that it's going to be harder for those people to really get going, because like I said, their life is too comfortable. And then I have one thing to say about that. Don't dig your well when you get thirsty. Start building it now when you're not thirsty. So if something happens, your job ends, or you get fired, or something happens, you have to leave your job, you already have something built that is not a struggle. Don't dig the well when you're thirsty. Dig it before you get thirsty. And to me, that was awesome. But for those of us who need that, this job, this business for me is bust. This is it, because I cannot keep doing what I'm doing. I work for the Postal Service, and it's very labor intensive. I have one of the better jobs there, but it's still physical. And when you do that for years and years, I've been there 20 years, it tells on your body, or mentally, or stress. If you have a job that's stressful, after a while, it just tells on you. You can't, and if you have that kind of job that's very stressful or very physically taxing, then it might be easier for you to build this business because it's in the forefront now. It's taking the forefront above everything. But if you're too comfortable in life, you know, you got to really grab your heart and run with the business, because you will be more apt to hang back because you don't really need it right now. So that's, you know, that's one of the things that really got to me and my sister. And, you know, we realized that, you know, first of all, it's a fun business. You can have fun while you're doing it, but you can do it in such a way that is awesome. And guys, you know, we all have jobs. Most of us have jobs. We don't want to make this business into a job. And that's why what you said just now, Gordon, was so awesome, that you will learn this business. And how will you build your business? You will build your business big if you teach others how to teach. Because if you don't teach others how to teach, then all of a sudden you're going to have an organization of 50 people who know nothing and they're calling you up on the phone every minute. Then you will have something worse than a job. You don't want that. Learn it, teach it. And in fact, when I'm talking to people about something, I say, you know what? I am actually teaching you right now. So remember, this is what you're going to be doing to your people. You will be teaching them, because how would, when some people ask me, could you explain, just explain to me, my friend, I said, let me tell you something. You know, it's not difficult for me to explain, but imagine you are in the business with me, because I know you're coming. Once you see this, you will grab it. Let's say now you're in the business, and your people are doing to you what you are just doing to me to explain it. How would you like to be on the phone 10 hours a day explaining this business? 10 people. Would that be good? No. So go to the link. If you're serious about it, go to the link, because the company put in millions of dollars for this link to be the horse's mouth. With all the truths, nothing is going to be, you know, taken out of proportion, and we're not going to add this and that to the business. No. You go to the business, go to the link. You will see it from the horse's mouth. You'll see the truth. Nothing will be, you know, untrue, and that's it. Just go to the link, because if I tell you what it is, and then you're going to turn around and tell somebody else what it is, because you will do what I did. By the time it gets 5 people deep, you won't recognize this business. It'll be something totally different than what it is. So no, we don't do that. We follow what the company asks us to do, because there's legal things involved that you cannot, you know, be saying things that are not there legally. And so you have to just send them to the link. It'll be so much more fun and so much more easy. You can send 10 people to a link in one day, but you cannot explain it for 10 hours a day. Then you will hate this business after a while. Don't do that. Just send them to the link. And if they're interested, they'll view it. If they don't want to view it, then okay. If they don't want to view it, and I said, okay, well, then this business is not for you. So thank you. Done.
Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. I like that. You are so inspirational, and I hope that I'm sure that people are gonna get value out of this, sharing things that happen in momentum, and especially the last thing, your thoughts on everything and how you deal with people, because something that I love about you is your people skills is something that I didn't have when I got started, because I was shy. So imagine if you're uncomfortable in doing something. I decided to change, and this is a lot of people, because this is people's business. You need to talk with people. You need to learn that skill, how you engage with people, how you ask the right questions, and that can only, if you don't have this, trainings will build you up. Self-development, every single day will build you up. And don't forget to do the things that Dorothy shared with you. You know, when you are on a boat, this is how I see it. In order to move a boat towards the direction that you want to go, you have 2 pedals. It's not one for a reason. And this is the exact how our business works. You go on a dream trip and you go to events. You go on a dream trip and you go on events. This is how you move forward, because if you go just on dream trips, you keep turning around. If you go just to events, you keep turning around. In order for the boat to move forward, you need to go on a dream trip and on an event. And having said that, final thoughts. Okay, just final thoughts to wrap up this call, Dorothy. On your
Okay,
side.
my final thoughts on this is while you're talking about dream events is this. Make a decision, all of you listening, please make a decision right now. The decision in your head. Because when any situation comes up, and every time a situation comes up, you go to, will I not, will I? You might make a decision either way. Make a decision right now. For the rest of your business, you will not miss an event. I made a decision. I will not, because every leader I ever heard said, you don't miss an event. If you go by yourself for 10 times, I don't care. Go. You don't have to have a group. Just go, and then you keep just chugging along. Do the things that you do. Go to the event, make a decision in your head. I will not miss any event in this that World Ventures put on. I will not miss any event. And you just keep going, and what that does is you keep yourself near to the fire. You're near to there's a cold world out there. If you build a big old fire, which is the events and World Ventures, everything it offers, and you sit near that fire, you will stay warm, something will happen. You start moving away, you can get cold, and nothing will happen to you. None of your situation will change. So events. Make a decision and don't miss one.
Absolutely. And that's fantastic. And thanks for being with us, Dorothy, sharing some amazing stuff and wisdom, especially coming out from Momentum. We see the fire. Cannot wait to see you pretty much soon. I know that you are ready you already booked for United, for Kansas, all the way for Kansas. Right. And we're excited for Momentum here in Athens when that's coming in March as well. So having said that, thanks guys for watching this. I hope that you've got value. Hope that you share it around with your team members as well. We're gonna put this also on our YouTube channel. That's TeamNoRest WorldWide. You can find us in there as well. We have a ton of trainings and presentations. We're putting them in 3 languages as well. So that's all for this. Thanks for watching, my friends. Thanks, Dorothy, for being here. This is good.
You're welcome.
Take care, guys, and have a great rest of the day.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.